Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Journey. I'm Corrina and I'm so glad that you're joining me here today. I want to share with you 7 of my favorite yoga poses. I consider this my daily ritual, the poses that I try to do every single day, and I'm so glad that you're here to join me. This video is brought to you by Cacao Bliss by Earth Echo Foods, a superfood elixir blend with raw ceremonial grade cacao and other superfoods to give you a nutrient burst as you enjoy a decadent and delicious beverage. You can also add Cacao Bliss in your baking and even in things like nice cream or smoothies. I love having something that tastes amazing and also gives me a burst of nutrient density. Earth Echo Foods also makes these chocolate bliss bites, so you can enjoy a little bit of superfood and raw cacao on the go. If you're looking for a delicious way to supercharge your health and wellness, try out Cacao Bliss by Earth Echo Foods. If you're not able to do this video right now, go ahead and add it to your favorites and come back and join me whenever you have the time. So we're gonna start with some ankle rolls and wrist rolls. So if you're sitting in a chair, go ahead and move just a little bit to the edge of the chair so that you can start by extending one of your legs. So from here, we'll just start pointing the toe, flexing the toes back at us, and then go ahead and extend your wrists, and we're gonna do the wrists too. So as you point the toes and puts the wrists down, this is your exhale. Then we're gonna inhale as we lift, and exhale. Then go ahead and switch your feet. So then we'll inhale, flexing the toes back, bringing our palms up, and exhale, pointing the toes, putting the wrist down. Good, so we'll just continue this. Inhale, and inhale with that other foot. Exhale. Go ahead and switch feet. Inhale. And switch feet again. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Go ahead and put your feet down. And from here, we're just gonna put our arms out and we're gonna find a little bit of rotation in our shoulders. So start with your palms facing down. Arms are out in front of you. And then we're just gonna rotate the shoulder in its socket. So now our palms come up. Go ahead and do this slowly a few times, and I encourage you to keep linking it with your breath. So one of the movements is an inhale, maybe this as the thumbs come in. And exhale, flipping the palms. Really nice. Inhale, flip the palms again. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and roll your shoulders here a few times. Just having the arms lifted up there does start to kind of wake up some of these muscles. And we'll move into the rolls. So now lifting the wrists out in front of us, we'll just start rolling them in one direction. If it hurts to have the arms out in front of you doing that, you can also hold the arms in a little bit closer. And we'll just go whatever direction you were going, go ahead and reverse it. And then go ahead and rest your hands down and we'll do the ankles. So extending one leg and starting to roll that ankle out. If you want to do both legs at once, you certainly can, but it does require a little bit more engagement of the core to help us sit upright in our chair. So doing these one leg at a time just makes this extra easy, right? Especially if you're doing them maybe while you're at work or even sitting around the house. This is something that is so nice, so simple to do, but because we don't do stuff like this enough, the joints can become kind of stiff and they lose that mobility that they need in order to move in a healthy manner. So there we have the rolls of the feet. And then one of my favorite things is doing both feet and the arms at once. So you're welcome to join me here if this feels good. It's also a little bit of coordination. And bonus points if you link your breath. So let's inhale and exhale, reverse direction. Inhale, reverse direction. Exhale, reverse direction. There's a lot of little brain waves involved in making these motions happen. Just do your best and remember that relaxing and feeling good is the point, not doing it perfectly. So let's move on to the second pose of this video. For our second stretch, we're gonna start moving a little bit closer into the body, focusing on the elbows. So we're gonna start by putting the arms out again with the palms facing down. And from here, go ahead, flip the hands so now the palms are facing up. From here, let's see if we can bring our hands to the shoulders. Really nice. So then exhale as you put the arms back out. Inhale, pulling them back in, hands to shoulders, or as close as they'll come. Go ahead, exhale, pulling them back out, and inhale, hands coming back to shoulders. From here, we'll put the arms out to the side. Go ahead, if the palms are facing down, flip the palms to face up. And once again, we'll start bringing the hands towards the shoulders. Now, if this feels difficult, totally fine to just micro the movement a little bit. So maybe you're just slightly bending the elbow. But the goal is for the elbow to have full mobility, that we can bring the hands to the shoulders. So exhale, lifting the arms all the way out, and inhale, bringing them back in. One more time. I switched the breath. Inhale, hands towards shoulders. Exhale, extend. Inhale, hands towards shoulders. Really nice. Go ahead and relax the arms down, and we'll just roll the shoulders. So moving them forward, up, and back a few times. And then we'll switch directions. So now they'll go back, up, and forward. Really nice. I love throwing these little shoulder rolls and mobility, little movements all throughout my day. It really helps to loosen up some of the tension and that just rock feeling that you feel in your shoulders, adding in these little shoulder mobility movements. Pose number 3 is spinal twists. One of the best things we can do for the spine is giving this spinal twist that just helps to really lubricate the vertebrae. So from here, we're gonna make sure that we're sitting nice and evenly on our seat or our bench, whatever we're using. From here, we'll go ahead and inhale, lifting the arms, really stretching the spine up tall. And then as you exhale, you're gonna start to twist over your right side. This left hand can either just rest on this knee, or you can actually rotate so that the back of the hand comes to rest on the knee, helping to accentuate the twist. You can use this arm behind you, either resting on the chair, or if there's a chair back, you can use that to help you, or simply let the arm open, stretching open here. Really nice twist for the spine. And then really nice and slowly, we're gonna just come back to neutral. Take a breath here, resituate a little bit if you need to, and then we'll inhale, lifting the arms up once more, nice long spine, and then exhale, twisting to the other side. So once again, this hand can kind of take whatever position feels most comfortable, and know that the mobility of each of your shoulders may vary a little bit. So it may be different on one side from another, and that's totally okay. So finding this nice twist. If you want to gaze over your back arm, really get a full spinal twist here. And then nice and gently, we'll unwind, coming back to center. So now I've shown you a couple things. We did the wrist and ankle rolls. We did those nice little movements, making sure that we have our full elbow mobility. So for pose number 4, you may know this as cactus arms or as goalpost arms, but essentially we'll start by bringing the arms out to the side like we did before. And now rotate your arms so that your palms are facing forward, like you're gonna give someone a big hug. From here, we're just gonna bend the elbows so that the palms rise up next to us. So again, goalpost. Here in Texas, we call it cactus arms. But essentially here, I just want you to start feeling your shoulder blades engaging. If this is super difficult, you don't have to keep the arms lifted. From here, if you want a little bit more heart opening, start to think about pulling the elbows slightly behind you. So now we start to feel this big stretch across the pec. You should start to feel that the shoulder blades are moving toward one another on the back. And if you'd like even more heart opening, you can let the arms come down here, reaching back behind you. And as we slightly gaze up, stretching across the chest, this should feel really nice. And then we'll go ahead and come back to our cactus arms. And go ahead and let the arms down here, roll the shoulders out. Just that little bit of lifting the arms starts to kind of wake up these muscles. Don't hold any of the poses for longer than feels comfortable, but know that as you're holding it, you're actually building strength. So each time you come back and practice the pose again, you'll be able to hold it a little bit longer. So let's just do this one more time, putting the arms out, palms facing forward, lifting the palms up, cactus arms here. Go ahead and pull those elbows back a little bit, stretching across the chest. These are called heart openers. And then go ahead, relax the arms down, couple shoulder rolls here. Pose number 5 is the side bend. So once again, finding that nice stable seat on your chair or your bench, whatever you're using. We'll start by inhaling, lifting the arms, nice long spine. And then exhale, start to place the right hand down beside you, and we'll start bending over the right side. So here I want you to think about 2 opposing actions. The right hand slightly pushes into the chair to help you push this hip bone down. So as we side bend, it's kind of natural that our hip wants to lift, but then we're not actually stretching the side. So think about pushing this hip bone down and using that planted hand to kind of push the hips down. And then this hand starts to reach up and over, and you'll really start to feel that deep twist. Notice that you're not bringing the body too far forward. Try to keep the body in line. And then use that planted hand to push you back up. Really nice. Always love to throw in a couple of shoulder rolls if the shoulders feel a little woo-woo. And then we'll inhale once more, lifting the hands again and placing the left palm down on the side next to you, using this to kind of push and just gently keep both hips grounding into the bench. And exhale, we'll start to bend to the side. Each time you side bend, you may side bend a little bit deeper, but remember you have to be able to bring yourself back up. So it's not about side bending super intensely. Let's go ahead and do one more on each side. So inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, plant the right palm and bend. Push yourself back up. We'll go ahead and lift the arms once more. Inhale. And exhale, planting the hand and side bending on the other. Really nice. Inhale as you push yourself back up. And we'll move on to pose number 6. Pose number 6 is Dandasana, but we're modifying a little bit because a lot of us have tight hamstrings. So if we're sitting in a chair or a stool, go ahead. We'll start by lifting the left leg. Go ahead and point and flex. Point and flex, and we'll switch to the right side. Point and flex. And if it feels okay for you to lift both legs up, we'll go ahead and do that. So I like to plant both feet down first, and then you can kind of hold on to your chair or stool if you need and start lifting both legs. So from here, once again, we'll point and flex, point and flex. And then as we are continuing just this little pointing and flexing, know that this position is kind of our modified Dandasana. So a lot of times we'd be sitting like this, but on the floor. But just sitting this way, not even bringing the legs all the way up, is a bit of a challenge. So this is a really nice place to start. And again, I love this because you can literally do this anywhere, anytime. Maybe there's some places you don't have enough leg room to do something like this, but other than that, this is something really easy that you can just kind of throw in throughout the day. And it's a really nice way to stretch the hamstrings. You can even see my legs shaking a little bit. No problem if you just need to keep doing these one at a time if that feels more comfortable. And just simply sitting up straight and tall as we have our legs lifted off the floor is actually doing a little bit of work and requiring some strength from the back as well. So this is just a really nice modified pose to help you get comfortable with Dandasana. Pose number 7 is a seated figure 4 or pigeon pose. So from this position, go ahead and bring yourself maybe a little bit more to the edge of your seat if you're sitting really far back. We're going to begin by extending that left leg out in front of us and then start to bring the left ankle towards the right knee. So from here, I want you to notice a couple of things. First of all, if this feels really intense right here, then this is a wonderful place for you to begin. Just sitting in this position and starting to get comfortable. Now, as you feel more comfort here, you may notice that the knee can kind of open out a little bit more. So as the knee opens, that's actually coming from the hip opening. But the idea is that as we start to kind of breathe here, you're going to feel the IT band of this bent leg starting to stretch. Now, if this is feeling plenty intense, go ahead and stay here. If you want a little bit more, start to hinge your body, bringing your chest forward. So we're not arcing the body to just fold over, we're just simply hinging. And then as you just hinge, even slightly forward, not very hinged very much at all here, but even just a little bit, you start to feel that nice stretch in the IT band, nice stretch in the hip. And then nice and slowly, we'll come back. We'll go ahead and place that leg on the floor, spending just a moment in neutral. And then lifting that right leg. Go ahead and bend that knee, starting to bring the ankle toward the knee. Once again, just notice a lot of times there's going to be a lot of difference from one side to another. So maybe you notice already that this is feeling either better or a little more intense than the other side. If you want a little bit more, you can bring that knee a little farther out. And even more, we'll start to hinge the body slightly forward. So I definitely feel that. It doesn't look like I'm really doing anything, but I tell you what, it is a lot of sensation. So anyone that experiences, low back pain, back tension, any type of tension in the hips, this is a wonderful pose. And we're working towards our pigeon pose that we would do on the floor, but that's super intense. So again, a really nice way to start working towards our pigeon. And then we'll just unfold here, and that is it for today. Go ahead and bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at Heart Center. And go ahead and tuck the chin, bowing the head. You can close your eyes if you'd like here. Thank you so much for making some time for yourself today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. The highest and brightest in me honors and bows to the highest and brightest in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope that you're feeling amazing. And if you are, I hope that you'll come back and return to these poses with me, or maybe consider joining me for some other beginner's journey classes. Remember that better health doesn't happen overnight, so be sure to check the link in the description below to get your coupon if you want to try out the Ritual Multivitamin. And if you try it out, be sure to come back, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.